G'day and welcome back to my channel. And today I want to talk about the looming ESKOM strikes. Now, I'm sure a lot of you, or most of you if you're in South Africa, have heard about the ESKOM strike situation in which the National Union of Mine Workers and also the South African Federation of Trade Unions, SAFTU, are threatening to strike because of wage problems. And the main problem is that ESKOM, our electricity provider, has decided that this year they will give a 0% wage increase. Though I do not condone strike actions, I have come across a couple of problems while doing some research on why would they want to strike and why ESKOM says they are not going to increase the wages. In one interview, and I do apologize for the pronunciations of some of the names, the deputy editor of the Financial Mail, Sikonathi Mantshantsha, said that he believes up to 40% of the workforce of ESKOM needs to be laid off because, according to him, there are too many people working for ESKOM. This is actually a reiteration of what the ESKOM CEO said. However, the ESKOM CEO said 33%. Why would they want to get rid of 33% of their workforce? Now, let's go look at some numbers. In 2006, ESKOM employed around 32,000 people. As of March, I think, 2017, they had around 47,000 people. So it's quite a bit of an increase. It's around 50% increase in the workforce. Now, here comes the problem that the ESKOM CEO is trying to bring across. And I think his maths are completely wrong. He says that in 2006, ESKOM produced 207 gigawatts of electricity for the year with a workforce of 32,000 people odd. Actually, to be accurate, 31,458 people. In 2017, ESKOM produced 214 gigawatts of electricity with a workforce of 47,658 people. So now you have 50% more people producing only 3% more energy 10 years later, a whole decade later. According to ESKOM CEO, he feels that it is unnecessary to have such a large workforce if you're not producing that much electricity. In his opinion, we need only a much smaller workforce of 32,000 people to produce that much energy because that's what was done in 2006. His maths are failing there, and I'm going to quickly explain why. Now, I'm not going to give the wage figures that ESKOM spends on paying wages for the workforce. I am going to concentrate on the value the workforce brings to ESKOM. Here is where you have to go look at historical figures. Now, I'm going to refer to figures that was published in the business day of 4 June 2018. So I'm going to trust that these figures are correct. This is the article I'm going to be referring to. It says ESKOM must shed staffing load. And in this article, they actually give the exact numbers of employees and the value they brought to the company. And if you can put the values correctly next to each other, rather than split them up, as they did in the article, using the words of ESKOM CEO, you will understand why I say they do not need to reduce the number of staff. Now, according to the ESKOM CEO, in 2006, 31,458 people produced 2 407,921 gigawatt hours of electricity, which ESKOM sold for 36.05 billion rand. That is a revenue generation of 679,000 value created per employee. That is in that year. So every employee of those 31,458 people generated an income for ESKOM of 679,000 rand. Now, in 2017, 47,658 people produced 214,141 gigawatt hours of electricity. Only 3% more. However, it was sold for 177.145 billion rand. And that equates to a value created per employee of 1.45 million. It is a huge increase in value created per employee. So, Mr. CEO of ESKOM, you cannot measure the employee's productivity by measuring it against the production of electricity, while you, as a company, are discouraging your users from using electricity. In the last 5 years especially, we as users of your electricity have been told to reduce our electricity usage and use electricity saving devices and appliances and put in solar geysers and all kinds of things to reduce our electricity usage. Yet you, as the CEO of this company, want to come and measure your employees' productivity and efficiency by measuring it against your lack of production due to your encouragement of users to reduce production or usage of electricity, which obviously is going to reduce production of electricity because it's not needed. I cannot understand how the media and everyone else is falling for this failed math. So it is not a matter of me encouraging strikes or agreeing with a strike action, but I can sympathize. I can understand why they want to strike, because there are people who are doing the math correctly. They cannot understand why you are not encouraging a wage increase, which according to inflation and the price increase in the electricity is only fair. Where's all the money going? Go see where your problems are with theft, corruption, Gupta nations. Get rid of Gupta type people. Look at your management. Do not punish your workers for problems which is beyond their control in the company. There's a different problem in the company. It's not your employees.